again, right? You say it, week after week. There's no easy games in this league, and they're a team that's obviously fighting to make a late push in terms of picking up points, similar to our schedule last year in terms of the run of games in September where we played midweek, and there's a lot of games. They're currently in the middle of that, I think, a little bit, and with the new stadium, with obviously Wayne Rooney and what he brings to their team, they're going to have a buzz about themselves to try and get a massive 3 points. So it's going to be important for us to, as I've always said, to get off to a good start. But not only get off to a good start, but try and limit them in terms of what they do, just to keep them from growing confidence from minute to minute.
They have been playing kind of a more attacking brand of soccer with kind of a 4-1-4-1, like 4 attacking midfielders pretty much, and a striker. Do you think that I don't know if it plays into your hands is the way to say it, but is that the kind of game? Are you kind of Atlanta comfortable kind of playing with a team that wants to come out and play with them in midfield?
Well, I think when you have a team that obviously tries to attack us in terms of not just sitting in and defending and trying to hit us on the break, that creates space for us. We're confident with our players and our idea of how we want to approach games in terms of exploiting areas on the field when teams have pushed numbers forward, when they've created spaces and gaps for players like Miguel and Miguel for Tito, for Barco, whoever it may be, to be able to come into those pockets and get on the ball and create things. And so, like I said, it should be a good game. They're at a point where they're able to interchange players attacking wise, and they probably have a little bit more freedom than maybe what they've had in the past in terms of going forward. And so that part, from the defensive side of things, you have to make sure you're organized and being able to communicate with each other to make sure we know where everyone's at.
And one more from me. Just want to get your perspective on Julian Gressel's performance at right back last week. It was his first time playing there, or one of his first times playing there. What's your perspective, Ben, as a goalkeeper?
No, Julian, obviously he's got a soccer mentality. He's got a soccer brain. He's able to see things. Anytime you get put into a position where you're not very extremely comfortable with in terms of understanding it and understanding your role, it can be difficult. But I mean, he's got obviously Parkhurst to his left. Myself behind him. He's got players around him that are able to talk to him and communicate and help him get into the right areas, just to limit their crosses, their shots, their attacking options. And so it's gonna be important we continue to talk to him. With every day, be it in training, be it in games. It's a learning experience for him.
On a separate topic, have you heard anything from the national team about getting a call up for this window?
Yes, I mean, I'm in communication with those guys, but I'll let you guys wait and see. No, I mean, I've been in constant communication with those guys in terms of Dave, Matt Reese, talking to those guys. So the communication's there.
Okay, and how are you kind of approaching, if you did get the call up, how are you approaching this window, and like as a mentor? Or,
No, I mean, listen, anytime you're involved with your national team, it's obviously an honor. You need to, us as a country, as a group, we all understand, going forward, we've obviously have a lot of young, exciting players, but with those guys, they need experience. They need to play in big games. They need to understand what our region is like in terms of qualifying for a World Cup, in terms of playing against these countries that present different challenges than playing, be it games in Europe, games here in the United States. Like I said, so these experiences from top to bottom are huge for everyone, really.
Thanks. And just, I guess, last question from me. Miggy seems to have been a little overshadowed by Joseph this year. Can you talk a little bit about his performance this year and what he does for the team and creating opportunities for Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I said it a week or two ago. You know, what he brings in terms of his ability to get out of tight situations, run at a back line, and force defenders to commit to him. It opens space for Joseph. And without, you know, you don't want to say without him, you know, Joseph doesn't have the success that he has, because I think we've got other talented players that create things for Joseph, Julian, Tito. You know, these guys create things for him as well. But Miguel's a huge part of what we do in terms of his ability, as I said, to run at a back line, to create space for other guys. His ability with the ball is phenomenal, and that's a huge part of us attacking, and a huge part of what Joseph's been able to do. So, you know, Joseph, as you said, gets all the credit and the plaudits and all the accolades, but Miguel is phenomenal for us.
Guys, we got time for one more.
Playing in a new stadium, does that require extra preparation as far as the turf, your sight lines, or anything like that, as far as compared to going to a stadium that you're more used to?
No, I mean, listen, you play in new stadiums. I wouldn't say regularly, but we've done it all. You know, we've all done it before, and so. You know, of course, when you're out there, you try to take in as much as you can in a short amount of time. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, it's 11v11 on a grass field. You know, you hope the pitch is good, which from video and from watching other games, it seems to be the case. And you just get on with it. So, you know, as I said, a new stadium for a home team gives them a bit of buzz and excitement around their team and what they're trying to do. So it's going to be important that hopefully we can limit that excitement.
Thank you.